Yo, you guys, this is Blacklist of the Abyss, and you're watching my review for One Piece chapter 759. Alright, so for the second week in a row, I'm bringing you a chapter review for One Piece. Alright, and so obviously that means I thought it was good. Um, but one thing I kind of noticed about this chapter, it kind of gave me vibes of Naruto, kind of, alright? Just like the title says, it gave me Naruto vibes because Luffy started talking about like how he didn't care about what Bellamy did in the past, and he's a good guy now. Bellamy's changed, and now we're friends. You know, now Luffy likes him. And then Law was telling him, "No, you can't give in to anger and hatred." And I'm like, dude, this is such this is such like a Naruto type of situation here. Like it was just funny. It just made me laugh. Think of Naruto, but yeah, the big difference there is that Luffy in the end did kind of just give in to anger there, and he tried to hit Doflamingo, but Doflamingo just took Bellamy and stuck him right in front there, and Luffy ended up kicking Bellamy instead. So Law's trying to, throughout the chapter, Law's trying to keep Luffy calm because both Doflamingo and Trouble are trying to provoke him. And Doflamingo actually ends up bringing up the events of 13 years ago, right? And how Law would have become the third Corazon, which means heart in Spanish, which is probably a reference to the seat of hearts, which I had some thoughts about that. I had some guesses. I thought that might be the case, but now it's confirmed for me that Corazon is the name given to whoever has the seat of hearts. So Diamante, his real name probably isn't Diamante. Treble, his real name probably isn't Treble. Pika, his real name probably isn't Pika. It's probably just like a title. So, which makes sense. But anyway, yeah, moving on. So Doflamingo ends up making a clone of another like string clone, and he uses that to go after Law, while he takes control of Bellamy and uses Bellamy to go after Luffy. And Luffy at that point gets mad and he just essentially says screw the plan, which is one of the things I don't like about Luffy because he always does things without thinking, and those things he does end up having consequences that end up hurting the people close to him, his friends, his crew, right? It ends up this way so many times, and it's essentially all his fault, but he never actually thinks about it, and he always just blames the other person instead, like, oh man, Doflamingo hurt my crew. Wow, this is all his fault. When in reality, Doflamingo hurt your crew because you did this and you did that. You know, it's like, you know, it's I I have a feeling it's going to lead to something like that. Uh, happened in Punk Hazard too, where like Luffy will do something to Caesar Clown, so Caesar Clown will get angry and then do something to his crew, and then he'll get mad at Caesar Clown for doing something to his crew, when in reality he only did that because of what Luffy did in the first place. And it just, I just don't. I only like Luffy when he's being serious. I don't like Luffy when he's being silly or stupid or all that crap. No, I don't like him when he's doing that. I only like him when he's being serious. When he's being serious, then I love him. I really do. But when he's not, I just don't care. But anyway, that's a story for another day. The point is, Luffy says, "Screw the plan," and he goes after Law. Actually, he goes and he to go hit Law with a Red Hawk, and Law uses his room, he uses Shambles, and he switches places with Doflamingo so that Luffy ends up hitting Doflamingo with a Red Hawk. And Law ends up sitting in Doflamingo's chair with Treble right behind him. So he goes up, looks up, and does a radio knife and breaks Treble's staff there. And that's how the chapter ends. Law's like, man, Luffy, Straw Hat, you are the worst. Like that's a line you hear like a girl say in a rom-com series. But he says, oh, Straw Hat, you are the worst. And Luffy's like, hey, you're part of that generation too, right? Which I have to admit that got a laugh out of me. But yeah, overall, I'd say this was a good chapter. There are parts I didn't really care about, like in the beginning with the toys and Cavendish and Glad. I just didn't really care that much because I just don't have any interest in it. But it was like 2 pages. It's not a big deal. The main part of the chapter was Doflamingo and Law and them, and that stuff was good. So I'll give the chapter an 8 out of 10, and that's that, you guys. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.